That podcast, a motherfucking banger.
What's going on, Stone?
Man, not shit, man. Still kind of pissed off about that Hustle Cartel interview, man. That was a
Talk about that?
ain't no motherfucking question. I mean, I'm gonna say this, man. To those people that's gonna later on catch up and watching this shit. When you do business with family, keep that shit business, man. Never mix the two. You know what I'm saying? Because you'll be in a fucked up situation. You know what I'm saying? And with that being said, it led us to be in a fucked up situation. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Time at the time, you know what I'm saying, that we got fucked over. You know what I'm saying? And the biggest interview that we done had thus far, not saying that, you know, any of them was small, but at the end of the day, that one was one of the ones.
And I feel like, we did everything we could to make that interview right, leading up into the interview.
People, we just didn't just go to one door and let that be the only answer. We went to several motherfucking doors. We went to people that went to school for audio. You know what I'm saying? And that shit didn't work out, man. That shit crazy as hell.
So, we want to apologize to to our fans or whatever. So we had to drop a bold audio interview. What you think we could have did to fix it though, like from the jump? We done lost Stone, man. He'll be back in a second. But we talking about that Hustle Cartel interview. Y'all see it on our page. It was basically a waste of time and a waste of money.
No, I had to go. I had to share this live. Yeah, but basically.
But you could have said.
Oh no, I thought I was. See, I still heard you, so that's my bad.
I say I'm gonna. So give me a second.
Okay. Yeah. So basically, what's going on, Brief Forever? Yeah. So basically, like I was just explaining, um, with the Hustle Cartel interview, man, it's like that was one of many of our biggest interviews, man. And I was explaining earlier that don't when you dealing with family on business, keep it business. Get all your rules and what you expect out the way from the gate. You know what I'm saying? Because if you just go with the punches, man, shit gonna be fucked up, man. We pretty much um we lost out on the bag with that.
On a big bag. I think we could, but it wasn't Hustle Cartel fault. Yeah, they got no one Hustle Cartel fault. It was the lack of our knowing camera shit. You know what I'm saying? It was.
The motherfucking cameraman, let's just put this shit on the floor, dog. Ain't no motherfucking sugarcoating this shit. This shit is no cap. I came on here. Listen, hold on, wait a minute. I came on here for a purpose without a motherfucking hat on, man. Cause I ain't doing no motherfucking capping, dog.
But you know what I'm saying?
It's family, dog. That's why we had to, change lanes, man, and get in a different bag and fuck with somebody that was more equipped and more professional. All the shit that we went through, we ain't going through that no more.
Just rookie mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Some shit we caught at the front door and we still invited in. It's like inviting a vampire into your crib. You know what I'm saying? We did that. So you know what I'm saying? It was all the signs was there. We just ignored them.
In a motherfucking way. We just kept, letting them, you know what I'm saying, be in the midst, man. And that was just some bullshit, dog. Yeah, we had when you jumped off, we had like 29 viewers. That shit had jumped up.
And that though. Don't mention that. Right, right.
Somewhat. Is there anything else you want to speak on for this Hustle Cartel?
Let's talk. What's going on in the industry right now, man? We got the Diddy trial. This is our first time speaking on it.
Wow, that shit's so far deep that I don't even want to touch bases on that shit, dog. No. I'm saying, I mean, we could speak on it, but far as like me doing my due diligence on the case itself, I didn't.
What you saying?
I just, when I see that shit is when I see that shit.
Right. So basically, what's going on? They trying to send my man to jail for being freaky. Cause I don't see, you know what I'm saying? And he's a freak. He's a freak, nasty motherfucker, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I, the criminal shit, I don't see it in the case at all. You know, cause all them motherfuckers was willingly with that shit.
How we even got to this point is he was challenging the company who owns Ciroc. So, being at the fact that he challenged them, that pissed him off. I mean, that pissed them off. So they started getting people to run a smear campaign. So eventually, this is what I do know. They started running a smear campaign from all the stories that we heard, you know what I'm saying, from back in the day. They started reaching out to those people. So it eventually tried to it eventually got into the hands of the federal government, and now he's on trial, and that's fucked up. I mean, but here's the thing: these freak offs has always been happening though. Hell no, it didn't stop. He learned, yeah, but I'm just saying though. Overall, though, he got it from somewhere. Yeah, he got it. He got it from somewhere. You know what I'm saying? But that type of shit supposed to be a secret society. You know what I mean? Meaning when you're going into these type of environments, which they later on starting to do, because I did hear about one chick that was a stripper. She ended up going to one of the freak off parties. And it was on shout out to Breakthrough podcast. I don't know where they based out of, but just shout out to them though. But she was on there and she was just speaking about how it was one of his houses at Star Island. As soon as you get there, you had to immediately give up your phone, and they locked the phone up and everything. You,
Right then and there, I'd have turned around. This ain't my type of party right here. I gotta give you my phone. The fuck y'all hiding in here? That would have been my
right?
first thought.
Yeah, man. So, what they should have did was they should have also made it sign a contract. The only way you get in this party, you got to be able to sign this contract, and it states that you can't speak what goes on.
NBA, what is it? NBA, NBA, what you call it? He had him on everybody that's in, he up in trial against. So that shit don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing. The feds do what they want to, bro.
I mean, they started off, doing the same shit they did to R. Kelly.
Man, they supposed to be letting R. Kelly out. You see that?
Hey, let's go in the R. Kelly world. So the shit is so deep with R. Kelly that being at the fact that he been putting a word out about speaking on the behalf of his case, They saying that the government has put a bounty out on his head, and an Aryan Brotherhood tried to kill him. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
So
basically, they ain't finna let him free. He asking for a pardon.
his his attorney team has filed a motion for immediate release, and they asked to speak with the White House and Donald Trump. They said this is the type of stuff that Donald Trump wants to address. You know what I'm saying? Being at the fact any corruption going on in the government, he's trying to, you know what I'm saying, crack down on that. So yeah, I believe so. Because you know why? You know why? He got Jews as his attorneys.
Something in his case. And they done put documentaries out here on that man, all kind of shit. They don't want him to make it.
Man,
You can't hear you. It's like you covering your phone.
I say this. Can you hear me now? I say
You
this.
too goddamn comfortable.
No, I say this. The older dealing with the young has been going on since the beginning of time, and that's not to say that it's right. But when you take a public figure such as R. Kelly, his name is gonna get so drugged in the ground to where you wouldn't even think that he even exists no more. So being the fact that he still have a team that's willing to fight for him, this is the circumstances that he got to go through. And to go far beyond that, do you know the reason why he got convicted, I believe in Chicago, was a federal judge released. Now this happened years ago during the time.
This ain't something you heard.
No, so this is what I seen, and it's a video on this. Now, actually, when we get off of here, I'm gonna send it to you. So, um, a federal judge released all the recording, telephone conversations that he was having, and the conversations was with this other young. Well, I'm not gonna say young lady like she's underage, but another female, right? And the conversations, the recording conversations, got linked to his baby mother. That helped him. That helped,
What's out?
yeah. That helped convict him in Chicago. And they saying that this federal judge has disappeared after she linked the
Hit that
conversations, the
like button as
recording.
you come in.
Yeah,
Even if
they
you don't
said,
stay on here, hit that like button. Just help us out.
yeah, we appreciate it, man. It don't cost you a damn dime
Don't
to
not a
help support.
dime.
Not a dime, man.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, so that her statement and her testifying helped convict him in the state of Illinois. And that shit crazy, man.
Diddy.
I mean, it all other statements and people that was willing to come forth to testify. That was just she was just a nail in the coffin, so to speak.
I think ain't nobody trying to kill him. No, I'm saying ain't nobody trying to kill him. He's just trying to get up out of there, which I understand. I don't believe it. Like out of all this time he been in there, it's possible, but I don't think it happened to him. Because man, all this time he been in there, man, they could have been whacked him, bro. I think he's seeing Donald Trump pardoning all these people, and they came up with a quick scheme, allegedly. Allegedly.
Is the federal penitentiary is more dangerous then state.
R. Kelly cap.
That's a proven fact.
Okay, if it is, since solely guaranteed warranted, I still think he capping.
Help us
Do
out.
y'all think R. Kelly capping? You think it's him and his team came up with this quick scheme to get out? Which I ain't mad at him if he did.
He's running the same situation that Tory Lanez is doing. But the difference is something actually happened to Tory Lanez. So to speak on Tory Lanez, have you seen the new evidence on his case? Oh my God,
Hit that like button.
man! Listen, check this out. So I was up kind of late night, doing a little, doing a little, just surfacing on the internet, and I ran across this video that a guy was commentating on, and he was basically speaking on the new evidence that Tory Lane's team has issued, because they said 2 weeks ago if something didn't happen or whatever, they was just going to start releasing all the information, and that's what's really going to get him out of there, right? So they made up. I'm finna tell you. So they made up a website called After 36 Hours, right? And then on this website, it shows you all the evidence. And on one of the videos, you don't see the witness, but you first it's a video of Megan Thee Stallion asking a police officer on his video cam, asking him, was anybody going to jail? And she was, and the police officer was saying, well, it's a possibility, a strong possibility. And she was like, well, I can't. I'm a public figure, so to speak. And she was basically saying that she couldn't go to jail. So then it goes to another video to where the that shows that on an X-ray she never was shot in the foot. Um, Evidence. They tweaked all the evidence, and I think that in itself, but they're basically saying that all this is coming about because Rock Nation was trying to sign Tory Lanez, and Tory Lanez declined their offer. And
His whole life up because he's
that's what
not
they
on.
saying. That's what they
These people crazy, man. So
man.
hold on. So Rock Nation destroyed this man's whole motherfucking life because he didn't want to sign with him. Come on now, we got to make it make sense.
And dropped the interview with Pac-Man. Pac-Man spoke about that in the interview. I
Now,
mean, he didn't, but for a lack of better words, I mean, when these Jews is coming at you, man, and they want you to sign in them and you decline their offer, man, they feel some type of way.
I'm about to break it down. See what he said in the interview was that he declined the nigga and they didn't do that. So that's what I'm saying. Us black folks, sometimes we be reaching.
Between Tory Lanez and Pac-Man will be simply this. He have more notoriety and more of a voice.
You know what I'm saying? And it was easy to railroad him. I don't think no Illuminati had nothing to do with nothing. You know what I'm saying? I just think her voice. I'm
Say
not
this.
saying you saying that. I'm just saying this. All these conspiracy theorists out here. I don't think the Illuminati had nothing to do with it. I just think Megan Thee Stallion, her little fame or money stretched a little bit, and
Look who's
That's what
back.
I'm saying. It's stretched. It's stretched. Yeah. So Rock Nation, Rock Nation paid for her lawyers and all that. You know, Rock Nation ain't nothing but a management company. Hove.
Correct. So he's tied in with them Jews, man.
They'll put Mike Tyson in prison. They'll put Pac in prison. Uh, they'll put all these high level entertainers in prison, but they don't want to put Megan Thee Stallion in prison for what she did. See, that's what I'm saying. We got to make it make sense.
Let me say this before what I was going to say. So, do you know Tory Lanez broke the cheat code? You know, with them NFTs and shit, you know, during the pandemic, how he charged $1 for one of his albums, and the shit sold like within, I want to say, within an hour, he sold like 6 million copies.
I think that was a cheat code. That was just a mastermind at work.
Telling the artists out there, you don't need these big companies no more. He like with everything and with the way in the world and the entertainment business is going on now. You cutting you are the boss. You are the label. Because at the end of the day, when you can record something in your phone and post it on social media and all these music platforms within a matter of minutes, and then to be able to gain the money and then to get a big check off this shit, if you on fire, you out. You don't you don't in all actuality, you don't need the record companies. As I didn't heard too many people speak about it. Like if the record companies want you, they going to go check out your. You gotta have motion. If, yeah, if you ain't got no motion on YouTube, most definitely, and all these other hookups, you could be the most talented motherfucker in the world, but it
YouTube is the biggest record label out in this motherfucker. You know, the biggest distribution company out here right now. And you know, and you can do it yourself. It's a luck of you now. You know what I'm saying? At first, you know, they could put the cheat code in. They could, you know, they could make you like a motherfucker. Remember how they used to drill a song in your head so much you didn't even like this motherfucking song, but you knew it word for word. Nowadays, you know, anybody can do that. You could jump on this motherfucker, record yourself, and constantly put it in their face.
because ain't nobody going to these record stores and buying the CD. The CD is obsolete now. Yeah, hard copy. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, your Best Buys, your Walmarts and all that, they still got them in there, but ain't nobody done that. I don't even think they even make CDs anymore.
I'm making CDs. I want to say about what? About 5 years ago. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. It might have been a little bit longer. Or they stopped selling CDs. Like Best Buy took them off the shelves. And yeah, they stopped selling CDs. I don't know if they stopped making them. Let me rephrase that. I might be capping. Because you know, ain't no telling what they doing overseas.
America based, but at the end of the day, that's what the record companies that's what's killing them. They can't make the big money off of these artists no more. The only way that they're gonna make the money off the artist is if the artist got a catalog, a banging ass catalog, and they sell them their masters.
You know, people selling their masters going on right now. Yeah.
But Ti made a great point of what he was saying is, why sell your masters where you can kind of basically lease your masters and make money off of it. Yeah, he broke it down. I just couldn't broke all what he said, but it
Yeah.
makes sense.
Let me ask you this, man. If you per se was the biggest rapper, back in the 90s, you made $1 trillion damn near off of your music. Even though you don't got it right now, you made it off your music. You think it's something wrong with selling your masters and regaining some more money? I don't need it. So it's not a bad thing to sell your masters. Like they capitalizing off that shit. They making themselves, relevant again. They probably, because they getting the bag twice.
Songs and movies and all that shit.
Yeah, yeah. They sell them. They be doing that.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. It just what you got to get off into what Ti said. It was when he was doing the podcast, the Expeditiously podcast, and he was speaking on that. Like I had to send you that link, but he made sense. It was basically he was saying instead of selling them, you could just lease it and you'll make more money off of it. You know.
Make more money, or is he saying you'll make a good amount of money and still own your shit? Okay, okay. So that makes sense. Yeah, that make a lot of sense right there.
Yeah. So what else could we talk about?
We can talk about, man. I want to go back into the finesse two-time thing, bro. I mean, not the finesse, the hustle cartel thing. How hard he was going on. He was making a lot of sense, man. As far as like, you know, he was saying that finesse was scared, was basically scared of him. He knew he was a powerhouse, and he wanted to keep him up under him. He didn't want him to do nothing else.
To uh, hustle was when he seen that his momentum was dying out. He should have, if that's your man's and he brought him to, and you brought, and he brought you to the fold. Why not push you? Why not push him? Because if the people was feeling him more than you, when you basically putting it out there that you don't take pictures and all this other shit, okay, you creating your own downfall. So with that being said, if you bringing this man into your fold, what is the what is his crew called, FNG gang or something like that or whatever? He should have pushing him as an artist. Would have been an ultimately smart thing to do. He would have gained more.
And what's crazy is this, bro. I feel like if I bring my bro up, I'm coming up with him. So I'm not scared of that. A lot of entertainers scared of that shit though, bro. They think a nigga gonna get up and leave them, and you know what I'm saying. So they don't want to put the extra behind them, but I'm putting it behind him because my name on that shit too. At the end of the day,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I do.
fools, bro. On that interview, that's why I'm so mad. The audio came out like that.
That was around finesse two times, and they was saying that I, no, I got a little my
I was just talking shit. Yeah, okay. What happened though?
um I ain't gonna name no names, but he was saying that finesse two times was a horrible ass nigga. Like he acted like a girl, and he was just always on flaky shit. Excuse me. He seemed like a jealous type.
Elephants is one of the greatest songs of all time. I didn't hear it, bro. It's cap. I ain't hear it, so I can't elaborate on it.
and it was nothing like Lil Wayne have ever dropped. Like the shit was just horrible, man. I just couldn't. And I wasn't even fully couldn't even listen to a lot of the songs. I was skimming through it. I played it at the barbershop. I played it at the barbershop.
But I know Wayne shit, it kind of grew on me. I know the next day it was sounding better. So I felt the album. Yeah, the Carter Six. The first listen wasn't that. But when I got to hearing it more and more, it was okay. I still would say it's one of his worst albums. Yeah.
But it's too many people saying the same shit. Yeah,
The child star, man. So everybody think he's supposed to stay a child?
when to stop.
Think about that
Because
nigga.
just check this out. The Rolling Stones got so many hits that they ain't gotta make no more. So while they're able and well, they just still touring to this day. They old music. They not trying to, because at the end of the day, just like you said, he started out as a child and he was a star as a child, right? And I think with the Carter Five should have been his last album, and just tour the world with doing all your old.
Because when you feel like you got a gift like that, bro, like that nigga told me, in some interviews I heard that nigga say, man, all he hears is music in his head. Like he don't even got regular thoughts.
Say Cheese interview with Charleston White last week. Now, Charleston White be on bullshit, right? But when he get to, but yeah, yeah, but when he gets to talking that good bullshit and you really listen and listen to what he said, okay, so I do remember this in the interview. He said Lil Wayne took so many drugs for him to do all that great music, right? So now it's like them drugs then took him to a whole nother atmosphere, and it's like God took the talent away because it's
That was a no. That's that. Yeah.
hold on. How did he break that down? He said
What are you trying to say?
the talent that God gave you, then you got the not notoriety, famous or something like that. He was basically saying, I'm gonna take the talent away from you because you abused your talent. Basically, yeah, by getting high. You didn't even need to take all those drugs to show off your talent.
Because Wayne was talented as hell out the gate. Fireman, all that shit when he was a kid. I think he adapted to the drugs, and he was so great when he was off the drugs. Now that he don't take them no more, he got to unadapt and tap back into what he was in the beginning, and I think that's hard as hell for him to do.
Cause look at cause you got to think because not to take go off subject. Say this. Let's just say with Gucci. Gucci was taking all them drugs. Man, Gucci was going crazy. I'm talking about he was on top of the world, but now he's drug free now. You don't even really hear about Gucci no more.
And it's savvy now. He behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? He know he don't have to be in the front no more. So that's the difference between the high Gucci and the not high Gucci. Yeah, he paid the way for himself. That's one of those situations where you just said Wayne should have stopped that Carter Five. Gucci knew when it was time for him to stop and be behind the scenes and pull the puppet strings.
Never would have went to prison. I don't think he would have changed his life.
I think he would be big as he is right now. if he wouldn't have went to prison. On the business side, I think he would have been still an artist signing deals. I don't think he would be a CEO.
I think what he was doing was crashing out because he had became ziggity boom boom to everybody that was close to him. He talked bad about him and he pushed him away. He stole his blood, and when he
And
lost his music, started to fail. Yeah, so he stole his buzz, and when he lost his, I don't know if he's trying to say music, and he had a secret ghostwriter from Indianapolis.
ooh, yeah, I want to be talking about Wayne because Gucci. If Gucci had a ghostwriter for that ABC shit he used to drop, bro, he don't even need to be a rapper.
His music inspiration. Who you talking about, Wayne or Gucci? Oh, Wayne. He said Wayne too. So initially, they were saying that Gilly the Kid was writing for him at one point in time, but Gilly the Kid never produced no paperwork. He said both.
I think if Gucci had a ghostwriter, man, that was fuck. That was crazy. He need to, hey, whoever that ghostwriter is, man, need to be fucking fired. Because Gucci wasn't no lyricist, bro.
Had the same writer.
Wayne, I'm at,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm at
To
to agree.
call that cap or no cap. No disrespect. But we got to do it. We got to do our insight on that for sure. For sure.
Was what's it called, man? What the rapper's called? They said,
I can. You know what? I can go with that. I can go with that. I'm gonna give you a thumbs up on that, man. Y'all hit the like button, man, and help us out, man. Support us, man.
hey, listen, I can go with that. I can go with that.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. He said you basically what I take from it is he was the ghostwriter for Gucci and Lil Wayne.
Is that cap or no cap?
I wanna bring you I wanna elaborate with you on that. Same way Drake needed style. But see the thing about Drake, I honestly believe that now I'm with you on that, bro. With the others, I'm gonna have to do my research. But let me elaborate with you on that, Farthest Drake.
Man, be your goddamn self.
I'm not, but I like, man. This is why I'm in the podcast industry, man. But check this out. So they got a video of memes, right? Of Drake stealing Soldier Boy shit, Aaliyah shit, and I think it's maybe about 7 or 8 people shit that he stole. He stole Mac Dre shit.
No, you don't need to do that.
Shit, I tell you, I understand that. But yeah, though, Drake been biting on a lot of people's shit. And
I ain't heard a full hook he stole. I ain't heard a full verse he stole. I done heard him. Listen, he did the same shit. He did the same shit Jay Z did for years. So listen, hold on. So what's the difference? Hold on. What's the difference? Listen, nigga, hold up. So I let you talk. So listen. So when Jay Z do it, he bigging up his brother, but when Drake do it, he's stealing. I don't understand it. Now we got to make it when Jay Z do it, he bigging up his brothers, but when Drake do it, he's stealing.
few bars. He not quoting a whole verse. No, that's what I'm saying. Drake has stole whole verses and revamped them.
Word for word. No, say it.
What's that one song? On that bitch, who do you love? Boom, 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 boom. He stole Mac Dre whole verse on there.
Crazy. If he did that, that's crazy.
Then what's one of them songs that Soldier Boy did? Cause they did, it was so crazy. Yeah, rapping Forte. Yeah, my man on point. My man on point. I'm with him now. I fucks with dog. Yeah, it was rapping Forte. I thought it was Mac Dre. Um, on that Soldier Boy's what was that Soldier Boy song? Because like I was saying, like I was getting, they were showing, they were showing, they were showing Drake saying the verse first, and then it showed Soldier Boy doing the verse second. But huh?
The same videos of him out there stealing everybody's shit, bro. So why? Yes, they out there. They out there for shit show. He listen, man. He took the nigga who was dissing him. But listen, he took the nigga that was listen. He took a nigga that was dissing him shit, bro. He took Tupac shit, me and my girlfriend, and put Beyonce on it, and everybody accepted it. Like that shit crazy.
He didn't.
Me and my girlfriend was the whole song. Nigga, was you the beat? That's Tupac on Machiavelli album. Me and my girlfriend.
To quoting the song, quoting some bars versus to stealing a whole verse.
Yeah, yeah. Y'all can't have this shit only one way, bro. Like if we gonna hold Drake accountable, we gotta hold Jay-Z accountable too, bro. He done took from Snoop Dogg, he done took from Pop, he done took from Big, he done took from motherfucking Nas, he done took from everybody. Even though he redid it in his own way, he still took from him, bro. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. If anybody in this motherfucker know right now that Jay-Z did the same shit Drake be doing, say I'm cap. Say I'm cap. Everybody in there. Nah, bro. Jay-Z did the same exact thing, and it's so many videos out there of him doing this shit, bro. Drake. And don't say nothing to Jay. Who is dog, man? He said he had over 2 million records stolen. Who are we speaking to, bro? Who is this?
200. No, he said he already said it, but when we first started speaking about Gucci, and he said that I'm gonna go back to it. He said yeah,
The words like that, man. So
from Indianapolis. Oh, so dude named Little Frederick. Damn. Okay, okay. So are you the one that was ghostwriting for Gucci and Lil Wayne? Is what I'm asking.
for the industry, a lot of people in the industry got ghostwriters. When you're dealing with that high level of success, it's kind of hard to keep, staying on that same plateau without nobody helping you.
DMX ain't had no ghostwriter. A lot of people in the industry didn't have no ghostwriters. The son.
Uh, damn near his arch rival. Let's get back to let's talk about that. Do you think Jay Z would be who he is if Tupac was still alive? Nah, I want you now. This is okay. I thought you was gonna cap because you one of them Jay Z heads.
But reality is reality. I don't think a lot of artists, especially today, they wouldn't be in the rap game. He said, "Nah, you will be surprised how many hands wash each other." Yeah, I agree with that. I ain't surprised about that. No, no, I don't think Jay Z.
He is today if Tupac was alive. Tupac kept his foot on their neck so hard. It would, it was crazy because Tupac turned a generation of kids against them. Like when I was 16, bro, I didn't even hear a fucking Jay Z verse. I didn't hear. I didn't. I'm one of them ones. I'm one of them ones that Pac turned against Jay Z.
I didn't start actually listening to Biggie. The first album seemed it like it wasn't him. Tupac was larger than life. Yeah, Tupac was larger than life. Tupac was ahead of his time, most definitely.
He was like, yeah, he was on time. Yeah,
That was dope.
time, but he was on time because right when the rap industry needed it, he gave it to us. They not accept because you got
Like J. Cole, he's big, but all the realism shit that he speak about is not being used for TikToks and all this other shit.
conscious gangster. You know what I'm saying? Tupac was one of the ones. He gonna speak that conscious shit to you, but he gonna also let you know beware of dog. There's gonna be a beware of dog sign in his front yard.
But DMX was something special, dog. Like
You can't take shit. Oh, DMX is one of them artists that was before his time, but was on time.
Pac was everything except an athlete. Yes, an actor, um, a comedian, a rapper, a poet. Uh, I mean, the list goes on. He was everything that. Damn, bro, you hit that head on, dog. Like Pac was something different. I mean, Biggie was too. Like Biggie didn't get the. He didn't have a chance like to get bigger.
One album out. No, he died with one album out. No, it was two. It was two because he dropped that hypnotize right before he died. Yeah, yeah. But it was so fresh. I think it was like what? It wasn't even 6 months after he dropped the album. So it was like he didn't get to see the success of part the second album. So that's why I'm saying one album. And I'm kind of like what's the name? Whack 100 was on. How y'all call this man a legend? And he only had an album and a half.
Made him a legend. His shit is still being played still to this day. What is
Biggie be around right now? You think Big will be relevant right now?
25 when he died? So he's been dead 25, 29 years he been dead. So 29,
because you long winded. I'm trying to get a straight answer out of you. What what do you think he'll be doing right now?
Relevant. Jay-Z can be he make himself relevant anytime he want to. So if Jay-Z got that ability to do such, I believe Biggie would be too.
Jay-Z.
Starting to be big. Just like, he died broke.
Business savvy.
Listen, he died broke. He didn't. He came in the game 900 grand strong. And you know what? He no listen
What you talking about?
to bring Dame in to make everything the business level. Like he had the money, but Dame had the brains.
Yeah. See, an ordinary street nigga wouldn't have been smart enough to do that. So that would have been smart enough to go get Dame Dash. It would have been one of them finesse two times in House Cartel situations. It'd have been he was scared. This nigga gonna outshine him. See, Jay Z wasn't thinking like that.
Thinkers versus to how motherfuckers is now. So I mean, being in a dope gang, you have to be business savvy in a sense. So at the end of the day, I figured like once he came across Dame, he really already had it in his mind that he wanted to get in the rap game, right? But he knew that far as the business side of the rap game, he didn't have that, right? So once he came across Dame, that made him be like, okay, well, I want you to come in and let's start this business or this record label. You see what I'm saying? I got the money, but you got the business sense. You see what I'm saying? And they said Dame was
Why
the
did we even
brain.
get here? Why did we get here? Okay, we got here because we was talking about Biggie. Would he be relevant right now? Would he be business savvy? Would he be in his puff shit? You think he'd be in his puff shit?
Need somebody to say what you're not willing to say, and Dame provided that for Jay. I just said it.
You got to stand it. You did not say that, man. If you can rewind this shit, you didn't say that.
And Biggs was the money behind the whole record label. Dame was the brains. He was more business. Yeah, he was.
You you trying to make his words and your words connect, and that ain't happening. What he what no what listen what he just said. Sometimes you need somebody to say what you're not willing to say. Dame was that motherfucker that was gonna stand up against the record label. He wasn't what you talking about. He ain't talking about. He talking about Dame was that voice, nigga. Like no, you're not gonna do this to us. We gonna do it this way. Now it's either you gonna roll with it or you're not. See, and Jay Z was smart enough. He was smart enough to go get somebody like that to speak for him to get him in. You know what I'm saying? Get him in places he can't be.
We got to get off of this, but I want to say this: that fucked him in the end. Dame. That's
You know what I'm saying? What they loved him for, they end up hating him for.
all that batting for Jay, and Jay fucked him in the end. That's fucked up. Hell, fuck no. But Jay Z was, and see, this is what I dislike about Jay. Far as an artist, He the greatest of all times. After the fact that no, listen, I'm not done. I feel like he became the greatest of all time once Biggie and Pac, was took off the face of the earth.
Day. Not one of Jay-Z albums can compare to Machiavelli. Not one. Till this day. I haven't heard one Jay-Z album that can go. No, I know what you just said, but what I'm telling you, listen, because this is my opinion. I'm not debating what you said. I'm saying this is my opinion. Jay-Z don't have no. You saying what you just
Was took off the face of the earth. Jay-Z has became the GOAT, the greatest of all time.
five. That's cap. That's cap. No, Dead or Alive, his album have not still. No, listen. You said if he was still alive, you know what I mean. But when they died, he took over. Yes, he did take over. But what I'm telling you is not one of them albums that he took over with can compare to that. So he's not the greatest of all time.
One of his listen, I'm not disputing the fact of you saying that one album of Pac's can't compare to Jay-Z. I'm not disputing that. What I'm saying is, my opinion, once they died, he became the greatest of all time because at the end of the day, listen, let me break down what I'm saying. Because there's no living rapper that can go toe to toe with Jay-Z.
He's not the greatest rapper of all time because all times mean dead or alive. So he's the best rapper. For anybody in the chat, can y'all tell this man greatest of all times mean dead or alive? The greatest alive mean he the greatest person walking right now. But dead or alive, nah, he not the greatest of all time, bro. He not. We just
I don't
just
know,
face
man.
it.
You got two
He's
different
probably
perspectives.
in your case, he's
You
probably the
got two
greatest
different.
motherfucker alive. The greatest rapper alive.
I'm gonna say one person. I'm gonna say
Who?
one person, and I'm gonna say I apologize to my guy Scarface. Shout out to Scarface. Scarface will be the only one that can go toe to toe with Jay-Z.
That's alive.
You say I'm just saying what I want to say.
Oh, the greatest alive or the greatest of all times.
Oh, you still on that? What I'm saying is this: there's only one person that I believe that can go toe to toe with Jay-Z right now. It's Scarface.
Right now it's Scarface. I give you that. Scarface is like one of the he done been on track with Pop and Jay Z, and he didn't come short on Nick. No, none of them. He didn't come short on none of them.
Part is like not the verse stealing, but he stole a lot of them boys' styles that was under his record label. Uh, what's Emilio Sparks? He was a cold motherfucker, dog. He stole a lot of his shit, and he didn't allow Beans to reach his full potential.
A video of Jay Z stealing all these rappers' shit, bro. Man, listen, he done stole from Snoop Dogg. He done stole from motherfucking
Starting to irritate me with this shit. When you say stole, break this down.
girlfriend, right? We correct? Can we both agree that? Listen. It don't matter how many people did it, but listen, Listen. Pac ain't never did it. Not to no rapper. Now they do that to singers and shit like that. They don't do it to other rappers, bro. You name me one thing that Tupac took from another rapper. I'll wait.
A lot of other rappers just took from other people. Kanye, um, fucking a lot of people have. They remade other people's songs.
So why is it bad when Drake do it? Well, why is it bad when Drake do it? Why is it bad when Drake do it?
Whole verse. That's called stealing. The shit that Jay-Z did wasn't stealing. If anything, he bigging up the person who he took from.
That's crazy that you would say Jay-Z bigging up his brother, but Drake is stealing.
He had a couple bars that Pimp C said. Um um Pimp C, no, Jay-Z. But what I'm telling you is there's a difference with what we're saying, and you're not getting what I'm saying. You basically saying Drake, whatever, right? But what I'm saying is this: Drake stole the motherfucker whole verse, versus to Jay singing a couple of bars. That's not stealing.
He did that. He really did that to somebody, right? But to me, a hook is worse than stealing a verse because a hook is what makes the song.
Right? And you got a song, but you don't have an idea of a course, right? And I give you input on a course, and then once you hear me say something, then you run with it and put your own twist in it. What would you call that?
Yo, shit. If I took your shit, you saying
We was in the studio
no,
like
no, that's stealing. No, that's not stealing. That's helping the nigga. That's a ghostwriter. Yeah, that's a ghostwriter.
taking a whole motherfucking verse. That's what. But if I'm just quoting a couple of your bars, then what is that?
Only for Jay-Z. If listen. I'm about to answer your question. Now you gotta let me answer this question before you cut me off, bro. Okay. Once again, I feel like a hook is the whole song. Because the hook is really the only thing people remember anyway. Can we agree on that? So a hook is not the whole song. Oh,
A 50-50. You got some people that will remember the hook, and you got the other side that people will remember the verse. Because on depending on how hard is the verse. Because I didn't heard a lot of more people quote a verse from an artist versus the chorus.
you would say you're a big Jay-Z fan, right? You remember a lot of his shit, right? Okay. Quote me two bars outside the hook from me and my girlfriend.
You treat the one that you humping with the same respect that you treat the one that you humping. That ain't about nothing. Come on, man. Yeah, I'm saying.
Friend, down the ride to the bloody end. Just me and my girlfriend. Because what? Thank you. Thank you. So you basically tell it that was his enemy. That was like what these young niggas. Hold up, that's like what these young niggas do today. That was like dissing the dead. That was his arch enemy, bro. He had no business.
happened was, listen. His really arch enemy was Biggie, number one. Everybody that was around Biggie, he shot shots at them. Like your Nas, your Mobb Deep, all them people who Jay-Z dissed, that didn't mean that they was his op. Biggie was his op. Pac said it on the Vibe interview. He said,
That's one of the niggas he was dissing. He was dissing him though.
if I diss a person or if I speak on something I don't like, that means they're my op. Oh my god.
Speak on something. If you speak on some shit, no. If you diss somebody, bro, they're not gonna invite you in. They're not gonna welcome to you and shake your hand, nigga. You just made an enemy. Hey, motherfucker. Thank you. No, no, that was your question though.
No, what I'm saying is he shot shots at all the people that was around Biggie. Being at the fact that he shot shots at that didn't make them this in they,
You was around in the '90s.
but you never heard of Tupac and Jay-Z being cool anyway. I don't think they even knew each other.
And I can't wait to get off this live so I can go upload that motherfucker that Jay Z stealing everybody's shit just like Drake. So
How many people Jay-Z stole? A shit stole. So how can you tell me something and you don't know the number?
from Biggie, it don't make no sense. Even Nas said it. How much of Biggie lyrics gonna come out your fat lips on Ether?
And nobody else ever did it. Nobody ever.
It's returning to a hit, a old hit into a new hit. That's an excuse.
I mean, I can't say that. I can't say what I was finna say. I was finna say any of the quotes that he quoted from Jay from Biggie. I can't say it wasn't a hit. I can't say that. I'm gonna have to go back and do my own research on that.
The motherfucker Biggie rhymes gonna come out your fat lips. That's why he said that, bro. He did that shit so much.
To Nas more than anything, because in reality, uh, I just caught on to a lot of shit that Biggie said that he said. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, nobody has ever done it. Even niggas from Brooklyn.
That he wrong as a motherfucker, right? But what I'm saying, yeah, you can't give one nigga a crutch and then snatch the crutch away from the other motherfucker. No, I'm not. This make a lot of goddamn sense.
Verses to a whole verse. You can't. It's not the same.
Turn them into hooks, bro. So it's the whole song. A hook is the whole song. Any rapper know that. Yeah, because I'm breaking it down to your ass. You can't. Yeah, you gonna see.
Verses to taking a couple of bars versus to taking a whole verse. That's stealing.
Thank you, thank you. And I'm pretty sure when people go back and do this video. But listen though, I'm guaranteeing you when people go back and look at this video, they're gonna be like, "Dog was right." Like you nigga, you can't take the crutch from one nigga and get the other nigga a crutch just because he running the rap game right now.
And I feel like if I started rapping, and Breed was my homeboy. And I quoted, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I feel like if I'm a rapper and Breed was my homeboy or is my homeboy, and I said a couple of his bars from his songs, that's bigging him up. That's not stealing. Better.
Okay, they don't matter. Tupac and Jay-Z was not friends. That killed the whole thing right there. You just said that Breed was my friend. Yeah, if you was my boy, it's cool. But nigga, we enemies. You basically just pulled a Fulio on me.
That nigga was raw. And that song, he even got a documentary on the song. He said a lot of people thought that I was dissing Pac, but Pac was one of the coldest motherfuckers. He said when I heard that shit, he said most people don't even really know that he was talking about a gun. Me and my girl, I'm saying a lot of people didn't. It took me years to understand that song. I thought, you see what I'm saying?
Somebody, I had one shot, make a nigga heartbeat stop, all that. No, you was young. No, you was young, so it's understandable.
Like a lot of motherfuckers be saying certain shit, you won't even catch it in the beginning. It take you a couple times to listen to it because ain't no telling what might be in your on your mind to where you just basically just listening and just going about your day. But when you sit down and be like, damn, dog said that, let me rewind that back. You see what I'm saying?
You blackball. So I'm going to get off of Jay Z, man, because Jay Z, he a motherfucker, he a bully. Yeah,
I don't know if you tapped in, but that $1 million worth of game when they interviewed the new Dallas dog, that shit gave me
but I ain't watched it yet.
because if 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 three people in Flint can get a hold of that and motivate them, man, Flint gonna be powerful, dog.
A lot of them. So it's a
Phase E put all them boys on that song. I thought it was gonna start with that.
and Flint, cause Flint's so fucking crazy, bro. Like it's a crab in a barrel city. Like they were saying on like somebody was just speaking on there. I ain't gonna tell you. I ain't gonna spoil it and tell y'all who said that. But it's a crab in the bucket mentality here, bro. Niggas will pull you down to get to the top, and that's fucked up. Let's be real. That's the state of Flint. Listen, on the outside looking in, it look like Flint got it going on, but in the inside, it's all over the place. It's all over the place. This group don't fuck with this. Yeah, it's like WWE. This group don't fuck with this group. You can't, us as podcasters, man, we can't be biased. We gotta go get the stories from everybody, bro. So, Flint is crazy, man. You can't if you fuck with them, you can't fuck with them. And then nah.
When them two rappers started collide, not I wouldn't say collide because collide meaning coming together, but once they started feuding, that fucked Flint up as a whole, dog.
Honestly though, Flint always had that mentality, bro. Even back with the OGs. You know, we got, we can talk about the OGs. You got Dayton family and Jake the Flay. All them niggas was from one neighborhood, so that's why they looked it like that. But you didn't see no outsiders from that neighborhood going, jumping on them tracks and doing all that shit. So it was always like that.
versus to back then, it was more loyalty versus to now. But it's more or less like what you say. Use somebody to to as a crutch to be able to get up, but you pushing a person down instead of both of y'all lifting each other up.
We podcast, we see it all, bro. And the shit be embarrassing. Like we can't even speak our opinion for real. You know what I'm saying? We automatically the enemy when we speak our opinion, man. Just because my opinion don't satisfy what you do got going on, now we the enemy. And that's real fucked up, man. Flint gotta change that shit, bro. Cause just like I want to interview with Rio, I want to interview with motherfucking White Star Grant. Just like I want to interview, you know what I'm saying? This, that, vice versa. That don't mean that my love is lost for you. You know what I'm saying? You still my baby, man. It's just we gotta, we gotta eat. Just like you gotta eat.
How can I say this? I don't want to say that everybody deserve a chance to be on No Cap Podcast. I just want, I want everybody from Flint to be on the podcast.
Because we're doing this for Flint. We're not doing this for a group of rappers or a group of singers. We're doing this for the whole city, man. So I'm saluting. We done damn near had, everybody who's somebody on the channel though. You know what I'm saying? So I want to salute. I want to salute everybody that's been on our channel, man. And we got this new thing coming up, man, where it's called "We Ain't Capping." It's the countdown. We count down, 10 of Michigan's finest. So listen, Flint. Oh, let's get this out of the way right now, Stone. Flint, man. Music from Chicago. I mean, I'm from Lansing beat you. That don't mean we don't like you, bro. Or that don't mean we don't fuck with you, man. It's just that's who they voted for, bro. And we not capping. We not finna hold no favoritism. We not doing none of that. If your shit number 10 and they feel like a Detroit nigga shit is number one, that's what it's gonna be.
With the if the people want it and it's being voted upon, I mean it's what the people saying.
To the enemy and we don't fuck with you and all this. Nah, bro, we fuck with you. They just voted on this. So we gotta go with what they want.
So we forewarning y'all right now. Don't get mad.
Right now, we only doing it in Michigan. Now later on we might expand our rise, but as of right now, we only doing Michigan. We
Most
can only
definitely
expand
gonna
our
expand
rise.
our minds.
But right
Because
now we only doing
once
Michigan.
this,
So y'all be
because the
looking for
motion
it.
we got, because the motion we got, other people, we got viewers.
From all over the
Shit,
world.
from yeah, hell yeah.
From all walks of life.
So shit, people, if people, sending their music, we gonna post it, and we gonna get on there, and we gonna ask y'all, the people, you know what I'm saying, what y'all think about their music. Yes, sir.
We ain't the next $1 million worth of game, man. We the first no cap podcast with Joey Cash and T Stone. So please stop comparing us to $1 million worth of game. We love them boys. We ain't got nothing against them. And we inspired to be like that one day. Yeah, we inspired to be like that one day, right? But we're the first no cap podcast. We're not the next $1 million worth of game. Y'all gonna get us blackballed saying that shit. Cause don't nobody want, what they saying is next. You know what I'm saying? That's like really knocking them out the box. And we can coexist. We can coexist with each other.
You said, but because you fuck with LeBron, but I don't, I don't think LeBron was better than Jordan. I'm just saying, my man. But at the end of the day, at this point, that's neither here or there, man. I'm just glad
Away from.
to be able to that we have a platform that people tune in to. Yes, sir. First, first video was who? Man, classic. Man, we got to throw that back. We got to throw that back on the platform, man.
And that shit was epic. And that was another one. You know, we had the Clippers all live. We didn't know no better. We had the Clippers all live while we cutting their hair. We talking to them. People like, they cut the Clippers off. You know what I'm saying? So that was another. See, that was our fault. Yeah.
Ideas of how we wanted to do the podcast, right? Because me personally, a lot of people tell me that, or even tell us, man, y'all should start doing a podcast while cutting hair. You see what I'm saying? Then we were supposed to start doing tutorials of cutting hair, learning how to cut hair.
We hit the streets.
This is what we stuck with the longest, so I feel like this is what we should stay doing.
But right now we running on that pavement. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing like touching soil. So, you know, when we come to your hood, if y'all want us to come to y'all neighborhood, rappers, singers, actors, comedians, y'all want us to come down there and see how y'all living, man, email us at lights, camera, action 1426 at gmail.com. That's lights, camera, action 1426 at gmail.com. Let us know, man. We'll come down to your city if we talking right. If it makes sense, we'll come to your city. We'll put you on this platform, and let you get your shit off. It's going down, man. Like my nigga Cash would say, like a bad plane crash. Man, I miss my nigga Cash, man. Rest in peace, Cash, man, dog. Yeah, yes, it was, bro.
We ain't even did 1,000 videos. Hmm.
The scene, y'all. If he wasn't one, y'all think he was one. Yeah, yes, he was. Ooh, this gonna be deep. It's gonna be deep.
Rapping, and I never seen too many rappers able to do that.
You know what I'm saying? That was ahead of his time, but not on time because he was so ahead of his time that when he jumped out there, he was doing so much shit. He couldn't stick to one thing because he had so much shit going. So he wasn't on time. He didn't know whether to be a battle rapper or artist, a club promoter. You know, that man did a lot of shit, man. He did a lot of shit, bro. He wore a lot of hats. So that's why I'm saying he wasn't on time, man. He didn't know. Man, I forgot about that shit, man.
Man, that boy was
Selling basketball. How basketball wives? Some he was on it. Some of that nature. He was on one of them ones. Hmm.
shit, he had a lot going on, man. And
Before his time, bro.
man, before his demise, man, he wound up putting together a cold ass single, man, that I hate that he didn't get to do a video for. I can't, man, dog, man, he didn't get it cleared until after he passed because they was because his team was able to put it on Apple Music. Yeah, yeah. But I was talking to my man's Fats, and he was saying that him and Dink was supposed to be putting something together to where they can try to take some scenes from his last video and then put together some new scenes to create the Bad Memory Jam. Yeah, yeah. That not even the cartoon, the AI. That'd be hard. That AI, it'd be like shit. You know what I mean? Shit. So that AI is a motherfucker, dog. Yeah, I'm outside. I'm outside. I'm outside on the balcony, man. A 6 bedroom mansion, man. You hear me? Man, man, we got Veli, we got Karen Weaver. We got Karen Weaver. Yeah. Just because she ain't in office don't mean she ain't she because that guy that's in office right now, I don't know who the hell he is. But yeah, hit that like button. Um yeah, yeah. Shit, who else we got? We got JR coming up. Speak about JR. Different.
I know who he is. You know what I'm saying? He hard, made one of the pioneers of the Flint sound, the new Flint sound. We ain't talking about the old Flint sound. We talking about the new Flint sound. You know what I'm saying? Who else we got coming up? You said Veli, didn't you? Veli Beretta. Man, we got Ray Tyler coming up here. Man, we got E Baller coming up here. Me personally, in the city or out the city, it don't matter. In the city, far as in the city, I want to interview Dink Sosa. That's one of the that's that's one of my interviews that I want to do is Dink Sosa. That's far as in the city. Outside the city, I'm not gonna lie to you. I want to sit down with Charleston White. Yeah, I want to pick his brain, bro. Cause we the same age. I think he's 44. We the same age. You know what I'm saying? Okay, but we the same age, man. We grew up in the same era. You know what I'm saying? He get on the show with a lot of young cats, and he able to, talk his shit to him. Which, you know what I'm saying? I agree with a lot of shit he's saying. I agree with a lot. Yeah, his approach is kind of on that offensive side to some people. But that's all people understand. Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. You sitting up here, you this long winded T Stone. That ain't true. You see how I brought it out your ass tonight, nigga? I got up under your skin. That's the T Stone. Everybody knows.
Said you look like you under the bed. Then he say smile so we know where you are. He talking about me because I came outside on the patio. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, shit, salute, man. Salute to you. You know what I'm saying? Only thing I ask of you is hit that like button. You comment, it, it Yeah, no doubt. Do that shit, man. We need you, man. We need you. But I would say before we go, man, before we get up out of here, I would say that's what I'm finna say. Um, I would like I would like to interview Eshawn. I would like to interview, man, listen. Go do your research on Eshawn. You know what I mean? That's the only thing I can say, man. You know, I
When he dropped a cassette tape, he had lines wrapped around the motherfucking stove like it was buying J's today for an album. Self-made millionaire out of Detroit, Michigan. And Eshawn stand for East Side Hoes and Money. He from the East Side of Detroit. And he was young as hell, him and his brother Jay. They started their own record label, man. Hey, share this motherfucker say is that truth telling. Man, he funny as hell wherever he hiding behind a damn computer. But listen though, man, fuck what he talking about. Don't stop even reading that bullshit. Listen, man. Eshawn one of the greatest ever to come out of Michigan, man. He responsible for the Insane Clown Posse. If y'all familiar with that. He responsible for TNT. He responsible for Nodis. You know, that's
order. I would like to interview Raheem and Mahim. Raheem is shoestring from half of Dayton family. Matt Hinkle, Matt Hinkle was the investor. Yeah, he was the money. He was the money behind the beginning of Dayton family. Um, I would like to interview Montine Cleese and Morris Peterson. Shout out to them boys, man. Yeah, he played for Detroit Pistons and he played for the Sacramento Kings. Montine Cleese, excuse me, Mo Pete, he played for Toronto and he played for Dallas. You know, and them Flint boys, Flint NBA players. You know, man, I ain't even gonna lie. I would like to interview them guys who jumped on Dayton family. I would like to hear their side of the story because yeah, I believe they was P Stones. I believe they was P Stones. So yeah, we got some dope, pretty interviews coming up, man. Y'all be looking out for that pack, man. It ain't got a little bit too late tonight, but we will be dropping it tomorrow. Yeah, so the peak tomorrow. That's when we gonna drop it. I'm thinking 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock, noon afternoon. Yeah, rat motherfucking now. Yeah.
and we under the bed, all that crazy ass bullshit you niggas on. Just share it, bro. We might be in your city, brother. We might can help you, young dog. Did you have to say that though? And we about this bitch.